What's going on, everybody? Good evening. It is November 5th, Tuesday night, election night. About 5:45. I'm on my way home. Let's talk about something that happened today. A 13-year-old girl took a handgun to a school bus and somehow shot herself. This is ridiculous. First question, why did a 13-year-old girl have a handgun? Where did she get the handgun? Parents, you need to sit your children down and you need to tell them guns are not for children. Somebody's going to get hurt and or killed with a gun in a child's hand. There is no excuse why this 13-year-old girl was taking a gun to school. Apparently, she was going to use it. They did not say why she took it. They did not say why she got shot, but the gun went off. Was it in her backpack? Was she showing it off? I don't know. Those details were not released. The scary thing was, if that gun would not gone off on the bus, that gun would have ended up in the middle school she goes to. She goes to my son's middle school. Not sure if she's in his grade, but my son is 13. He will be 14 in the week after Thanksgiving, or before Thanksgiving. Right before Thanksgiving, he'll be 14. My question is, why was that handgun on the school bus? Where did she get this gun at? Is it her parents? Is it a relative? If it is, they need to be held responsible also. She got that gun some way, somehow. If you have a gun, lock it up in a discussion. Florida will charge her parents if that is their handgun or any family member's handgun. There's no excuse why a 13-year-old was taking a gun to school. How did she even get it? Did she buy it on the street? We don't know. I have not heard. Was she being bullied at school? We don't know. That's the school's problem. They got security cameras outside and inside the hallways at the school. So if she was being bullied, shame on the school for not taking action immediately. They see that stuff. There might not be cameras in the classroom, but that's on the teacher. So we don't know if this girl was being bullied. We don't know if she was mad at a teacher. We don't know if she was mad at a child. We don't know. Classmate, whatever. What gets me fired up is a 13-year-old girl had a handgun and it went off on the school bus. Now, I feel bad that the girl got shot. I'm kind of glad it went off on the school bus and only hit her, because that gun would have gotten to the school. This could have been a disaster. And it hits home. It's my son's middle school. They had someone bring a gun to school last year and they went on lockdown. I can tell you where some of this problem lays at. If it's a school issue, they are more worried about little petty stuff than security. They have a resource officer. They got gates, one way in, one way out. You know what I mean? You know, they got it where nobody can go on campus and shoot. But if you can't stop a gun coming into school, you have a problem. Don't worry about what the kids are wearing to school. They got a policy at the school is no hoodies. Screw that. You better take safety priority. Don't worry about if a kid wears a t-shirt and it has a writing on it that offends the teacher or the principal. You need to protect those children. We send our children to school to learn and to be safe. Now, do we have to put metal detectors at all schools? It sounds like it. I think every school in the nation needs to have a metal detector. That means it's going to take a while to get in the school in the mornings. Do we need to put metal detectors on the school buses? Apparently. Or you have a clear backpack policy. Just like any other sports event you go in. Now, I know you can't make it the size. I don't even know the size to get into like a Bucks game or a Rays game, but there has to be a clear bag for like a purse for the ladies. Maybe they need to start making clear backpacks so you can see through it. inside it. But I want to know why there was a gun in a 13-year-old someone's daughter's hands. Somebody has a daughter that took a gun to school, or a cousin, or a niece, or whatever she is. Parents need to be held responsible. If you have a gun, lock it up. If you can't keep it locked up, get rid of it. Plain and simple. People say guns kill. No, people kill. That girl could have killed herself or someone on that bus today. She was taking that gun to school for a reason, and they need to find out why. I don't know if she was showing it off on the bus, if it went off in her pocket, in her backpack, wherever it was. It went off and she was the only one injured. But kids are traumatized. Kids don't want to go to school. This is why. Kids are being stupid. Parents are not being responsible. Parents need to sit their children down and discuss guns. Turn off the TV, turn off the social media, and discuss what a gun can do and will do to people, and why you should not have a gun in your possession if you are a child. That should be the number one topic in everyone's household tonight. Parents, you need to start monitoring social media. Too many kids get their hands in guns. I know it happens all across the United States. But that school is 4 blocks from my house. That's where my son goes to school. Either his mother takes him to school or he walks. That's why. If he'd been on a bus today, he could have been shot. I am a little bit outraged. I think the schools need to really sit down and look at their security systems. Because if a kid can get on a school bus with a gun, they can walk right into the school. And this school does not have metal detectors. So a 13-year-old girl takes a gun to school today and ends up being shot by that gun on the bus. Did it go off accidentally? Did she shoot herself? We don't know. Thank goodness no one else was injured. So as parents, let's do our due. Let's sit the kids down. Let's have that discussion. I don't care if you already had this discussion 16 times. You're going to have it again. And if you got a gun in your possession, you better make sure it's locked up. You better make sure the kids cannot get their hands on it. Because parents in the state of Florida will be prosecuted also. Who owns that gun? They will know. Because before every gun goes out and be sold and is shot one time, they will match that gun to that bullet and look on the records and see who that gun is registered to. She could have bought it on the street. I don't know. But kids carrying guns, unacceptable. Unacceptable anywhere in the United States, anywhere in the world. They should not have access to guns. So let's figure out what's going on. Schools, you need to make sure guns don't get into the school some way, somehow. Metal detectors, oh well, it might take a long time to get people in the school, but it's better. I'd rather students be held at the door and then be inside and somebody gets a gun in there. So let's tighten up. Let's talk to these kids. Let's start kicking some butt. Let's start spanking them, grounding them, taking their social media away. Somebody knew something about this gun. Somebody knew that girl was being bullied or something. She was mad at somebody. No excuse why that gun should have been on the school bus at all. I don't even know if my child wants to go to school tomorrow. I know a lot of people who go to that school. They're not sending their kids to school. You can't trust them. You can't ride a school bus now. There's a gun on the school bus. Somebody needs to figure something out, and let's get to the bottom of it. Kids and guns do not mix. As always, if you like what you're doing, keep doing it. If you don't like what you're doing, change it. If you have your own business, keep growing, keep making money. Be the sunshine in someone else's life. Have a great evening, and we'll talk next time. Like, comment, subscribe.